Shalom family. You know what? There's many scoffers and mockers and people that say everything is normal. Everything is just fine, and it could be still very long before the end times begins. They obviously missed the birth of Israel, and they're missing all the birth pangs and the wars and the rumors of wars and the pandemics and the sicknesses and diseases and natural disasters and signs in the heavens and the sky, and so we can carry on and on and on and on and on. But obviously they're missing that because they're glued to their TVs. Only explanation I can really have besides being absolutely deaf, dumb, and mute. So here's another point again, and I'm specifically sharing this article because please go ahead and explain for me how this doesn't tie in directly with Revelations. Bill Gates, again, pushes digital ID for all newborns in Kenya. This time, the Gates development and rollout of a government-backed digital ID program was announced in Kenya after a recent series of closed-door meetings with President Ruto. In other words, lots of money handed to him to shut up and do as he's told. It includes a biometric vaccination system for newborns to replace birth certificates while helping to track children from birth to 5 years old to ensure that all of them receive their vaccines. Target 16.9 of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDG, calls for the provision of a digital legal identity for all, including newborns, by 2030. According to Glaser, the UN's SDG target 16.9 confirms that governments will be issuing everyone biometric ID by the year 2030, including babies, and that means the UN is partnering with corporations, local governments, and so on to issue you and your children a biometric ID by 2030, whether you want the ID or not. Interesting how everyone is going to be in the database, everything's going to be linked, and everything's going to be controlled. For what? Why such a hard drive? Why such a hard push for this thing? Because it is an end times thing that is needed for the beast system to have absolute control over the population. And we're seeing it. We're seeing it now in tandem with digital tattoos and the chips that they've implanted successfully and tested in large groups of population in Europe that are happy and excited about how much it's more convenient, along with many other things like Neuralink, direct brain integration, and those things that are all taking place while people continue to sleep. The end times is not near. The end times is here. Make sure you're walking closely with the shepherd. God bless. Keep looking up. Shalom.